Hi guys, good evening. Good evening guys. I'm here. It is in the evening. I'm here in the banana place, banana plantation, not plantation, banana garden. To begin the video here, guys, I must apologize for changing the name of my channel as yet another time. But sometimes you have to change like that. I just opted to change it to my natural, my ordinary name. Turunyenje, guys. So guys, if you are new to this channel, you consider subscribing. So today I'm here to begin the video here. I want to show you something which I am doing. I have said it before that after retirement from my employment, I decided to find things to occupy me. One of them is which is going to be my hobbies, is beekeeping. Beekeeping, guys. So I want first of all to understand how bees behave, how they make their honey, and so on. But my main thrust, or my main reason for keeping bees or engaging in beekeeping, is not to make money as such. It is just to enjoy seeing how nature works. So the first thing I have tried to do is to make beehives, and in this regard, I don't want to use only the modern commercial type of hive. I want to use any type of hive, and because I am also a lover of culture, I love the culture of our people, I'd like to use the natural, not natural, the traditional beehive. Whether I'm going to harvest honey from them or not, it doesn't matter. What I would like is to see the population of bees in an area being healthy, guys, because bees play a good role, a useful role in the life of a human being, because they help pollinate, and I don't know what else. They do many things. Human beings have learned how to make money out of them by harvesting their honey. So one of the first things I want to do is to make the hives, the beehives, which I will then deploy out there in the forest or in the trees, wherever I can find good habitat, good place for the bees to be quiet and safe from people, and the people to be safe from the bees, because because bees, when disturbed, they are no nonsense. So over here, guys, to show you the station where hives are made. Here we have succeeded to make only one, but for demonstration purposes, I have put this log here in the ground, and you have those two logs, those two hives, which have been dug out and completed. I was trying to see whether I can treat one of these. So what the beehive maker, the traditional beehive maker, is they anchor the log in the ground over there. Once it is anchored by digging a little hole and then backfilling the soil, they mark a margin like this, round like this, where they are going then to hollow out this, to chisel out this thing until they end up with something like this. You see this? This has been hollowed out. And also another one here, another one over here. Now it is quite some work, but with the right technique and the right tool, these people are able to do this work. And then after hollowing out the interior of this piece of wood or this log, they then make a cover here. They make a cover, and to make sure the cover can only go in the right way. You make a small slot here and another slot here, so that the cover can only go in there one way only. If you turn it, if you flip it like that, or you rotate it, then it will not go in. So only one way. So hollowing out one piece of log like that, which is like from one end to the other end, that is from here all the way to here, is about 3 feet or 3 feet and a few inches. Can take a day, but some people are quite industrious. They are able to hollow it out in less than a day. So those two, this one has not yet been done, and so these are the log hives. So once they are ready with the covers, what the beekeeper will do is look up some tree somewhere. You see, like where the branches fan out like this. You see, like there. And they try to place the hive over there, like over that, so that it is stable. But they also consider one other thing, that if they are going to harvest the honey, they need that hive they need a place to sit up there, to be well patched, secure with the instrument or the tools of the trade, so they are able to do the work, harvest the honey, and safely come down. So a tree such as that one would be a good one. This side also, and some other trees down over there. If it is not possible to find a place where the person can sit and harvest the honey, then traditionally what our people would do is find a kind of a rope, but there was a special rope, you know, which the beekeepers used to bring the hive down without changing its position, like rotating it or tilting it was not allowed. And then they will position it nicely near the ground after harvesting the honey, and then they will take it up the tree and secure it once again. But they took precaution to ensure that they don't finish all the honey in the hive, because if you do that, you know, the bee colony or the bee population in there will have little to eat, and they will consider moving. And sometimes, in extreme cases, they even die from hunger. So this is what I intend to do, and so far, as I have shown you, I have this, how many? 2. And if we complete this one here, if we complete this one, we'll have 3. And I have some others which I want to show you. I want to show you now, and I will be sharing more videos so that you see the progress of this project. This is, I consider it my kind of a hobbyist project, beekeeping, making the traditional hives, and if possible also make the modern kind of hive, and see how this whole thing goes. So right now I want to show you some other hives which I am working on somewhere. So guys, I'm here at my usual workshop. You can see, those who are familiar with this place, they know that place there, the vise, and some machinery over this side, the other side. But what I'm showing you today is, you see the beehives here. You see that? I got these beehives, and you can see I have a number of them: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Some of them are painted. painted white. I intend to be painting this color green, so that when the hives are out there in the bush, they blend well with the bushes. You see, this is also painted white, and you can see what I said earlier, this, the cover. You see that cover there with these two pegs, one peg on this side and one peg on the other side. These two pegs are for anchoring, for locking the cover there. In another video I'm going to explain what these things are called in our language, because it's a whole rich domain of knowledge. You see these pins. These pins were applied like that to make it difficult to open that cover there, because out there in the bush, you know, where people kept their hives, there are animals like the honey badger and sometimes monkeys, which are capable of opening the beehive with their claws. So what they do is they open this, and they steal the honey, and sometimes they disturb the hive so much that the bees end up running away. So this locking mechanism here, these pins here, are very useful. And over there, you see that stick there, which I'm going to show you in more detail. You see this long stick here. You see this? Let me pick it up. See, this stick here has a blade. It has a blade on this side, a sharp blade over there. This piece of metal here. This piece of metal is a chisel, is a heavy chisel, which has been inserted into this piece of wood here. And this tool is used for hollowing out the hive. You see, it's used for hollowing out this. You see that? Slowly until it is done. Now you can see, guys, that from the impact, when the chisel hits, the impact is to push this backwards like that, and it ends up splitting the handle, because this long stick is the handle. So the clever guy, what he has done is to put this metal ring here. You see that metal ring? That one. That metal ring is for ensuring that this handle does not split under the impact of the chisel there. Actually, in a language which is Kiembu, Kiembu is very similar to Kiembu, guys, is very similar to Kikuyu. We share a lot of words. So in our language, this chisel part is called Idanua. Idanua means more or less like axe. So because this is literally a small axe, this is called this is a handle. Is called whatever they want to call it, mutambiso or something like that. And this ring here is called ngomi. This one is for preventing that handle splitting. And the whole tool is called via. I think we'll do a video on the names of all these instruments and the results and the parts of the hives, like this cover, which is called imbengero, and the kemoatu, and you see the ears here, this matu, these ones. You see the cover has this these parts here, to make sure the cover can only go in one way. Now traditionally, amongst our people, the Embu people, when it came to beekeeping, you know, it was one of the 3 parameters by which the wealth of a man was measured. So the number of beehives that you had in the forest determined your status in society, their status, that is how wealthy you are. Other things are things like the number of cattle, heads of cattle you have. The other one was the portion of land you are able to till. You see, the land was not limited as such in terms of how many acres or how big a parts of land you could take and cultivate. So if you are able to cultivate a big portion and you have many beehives and you keep many animals, you are a rich man. Now because of that, the Embu people did not, they used to ensure that they have many hives, and those hives had to be made of the right type of wood. Mine here I don't think I have taken that precaution, because there are a number of trees that were used for making beehives, but now, you know, because of scarcity and people have realized you can also use other types of trees, I've used quite a number of trees here, like the white ones here, this white one, the other white, and that one over there, that is blue gum. This one is an indigenous tree, this, which is reddish in color. I can't remember its name, but in Kiembu we call it mokoi. And this little guy here is made from a very, very dense type of wood. This one, which is found in the lower part of Embu. That tree is called mukora. This is mukora. This, you'll be surprised, the weight of this, you see from here you can see the relative size. The weight of that thing there is more than the weight of this guy, because that's very high density wood. And the big guy on this side, this one is a mango tree. This is a mango. The mango wood is not very good, because if you look carefully, the hive is usually attacked by some borers, some kind of beetle, tiny beetles, which are able to bore holes, little holes onto the tree, onto the wood, and they eventually can damage the hive. Now the traditional hive amongst the Embu people was usually never partitioned inside there. It was not partitioned. They just apply a lid on this side, a round lid on this side, and on the other side also apply a lid and secure it, as I've explained here. You see this? Just that. So it was up to those harvesting the honey to make sure that they leave something for the bees, so that you don't cause the bees to be in a state of anguish or deprivation in terms of food. So you could harvest the cobs, which will be formed here, up to somewhere in the middle, and then you leave the rest of it to the bees. Now the reason why our forefathers were able to make these hives is because, of course, the early man, I don't know how far back in history, but it is clear that they had our forefathers had discovered that out there in the forest, out there in the bush, bees would be found in tree trunks which had some hollow in them. So if if the hollow, that hollow void within the tree trunk was such that there will be no rain and no insect, other type of ants invading that place, then that kind of shelter would be suitable for bees. And people would use, even today they harvest hive from such naturally occurring nests, bee nests. So our people discovered, once they discovered that, they said, why not make the nest yourself? Why wait until the tree has hollowed itself out like that? So they decided to develop this. You see this? And the tool is there for doing the work. And they also found suitable places in the forest where they could place the hive. And once the hive is there, bees will come. Now, in order to attract bees, our people also discovered that you could actually encourage the bees to come by scenting or smearing the hive with the leaves of certain plants, which some of them like makandu and another one called makori. Some people say mavekori in our language, and some other kind of like lemongrass, and then burning the propolis, the wax from another hive. You burn and smear it inside the, you see here, you smear it inside here, so the bees will be attracted to that scented place. And what happens is that a few bees will come in, scout around, and once they've found your hive and they like it, they can move in. Initially they send a few scouts. The scouts will then report back to the queen, and the queen can then order, using their language, that either the whole colony or part of it can go and occupy the new nesting site. Very interesting science. So these hives, I will be preparing them so that I can deploy at least one or two before the swarming season ends. This is the swarming season. Swarming season means this is the time when those virgin queens who have been born in a particular hive are allowed to move, to go and establish their own homes, their own colonies. Other reasons why bees may move is if the place is not habitable. For example, in Embu, you find that the upper part is reasonably colder than the lower parts of that region. So during the cold season, bees may migrate to the hotter season, the hotter place, and during the cold season, the hot season, they may want to leave the very hot season and move to the colder places where temperatures are more habitable. So guys, I intend to be doing this, and I will share with you as we continue doing the videos. So the hives are there, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and down here we have this box here. This is the modern type of hive, guys. The modern type of hive. Guys, and here I have this hive here, which I have developed, or I have made using a specification that I picked somewhere. So this is still wet with paint, but I will explain. This is basically a rectangular box of this relative sizes that you see here. This is something like 6 inches, that is like 20 by 16, and this coming up is like 10 inches, and these two boxes are then covered using this cover goes here, and then this goes on top like that. Now the The bottom here, the bottom box here is called the queen's compartment, and this is called the super. Now, don't ask me why it is called super. I don't know, but it is called the super. And in between, or from top going to the bottom, on top of the super, we have this frame here with iron sheet cover, and inside it has some kind of a plywood board. This is basically to keep the hive dry and cool and warm depending on the weather. So between this when it is in place and the super is this panel here, which is a plywood with a hole in the middle here. Now this hole is to let the bees be able to come up, get in here, and they're able to come and shed, or you know, they have a way of cooling their bodies up here. If the hive is too hot down there, so we remove that panel there for when it is for air conditioning or something like that. Now within the super, you have these bars, these are rectangular pieces of wood joined like that with two wires in the middle, and I have introduced this cut from honeycomb. So the bees will come and build their honeycomb on this. So there are 10 of them, 10 of this. Now when this is fully, when it has bees, it will not be as clean as it appears. It will have a lot of propolis and wax all over, and this will be very sticky. Removing one of these like this, you have to use the tool for doing so. Now going further down, now I have put these locks here so that they can keep the super in place on top of the main compartment here. Now between these two compartments, you have this panel which has this wire mesh, and this wire mesh is to ensure that the queen does not come to lay eggs in the honeycombs, and the honey which are in this place. That is a trick of understanding science, you know, to ensure that when you harvest only from the super. You don't touch this. So the advantage is that the colony remains healthy in terms of numbers, because you don't kill any bees when harvesting. You don't take away any eggs and larvae, so that there is no death. The colony remains healthy, and it can quickly build again to put more honey in the lost place. Otherwise, if you are the type that wants to harvest even in the lower compartment, the bars are just like the others, but these are slightly bigger. This is to ensure that the bees have enough for themselves before they make something for you here. Okay. Now the reason why the queen cannot come on this side is because the queen is a big bee. It's a bigger bee than the ordinary bee. So the ordinary worker bee can pass through after entering. By the way, I didn't show you this. The bees get into the hive through a slot here. See that slot? So when the worker bee enters, they can fill the honey in the bars in the lower compartment, and then they proceed through this wire mesh to put more honey in this compartment. So when you harvest clean honey. No eggs, no baby bees, that is the larvae of the insect. Clean honey. And then on the other side, you don't kill the bees. So this is a way of, the developer of this must have understood this science very well. So this is a scientific this is the scientifically developed hive, and it is very good because you can even the way these bars are developed is such that you can actually put them in a centrifuge in order to squeeze the honey out of the honeycombs without damaging the honeycombs. So when you bring back the bars there, the work of the bee will be to put back honey in the honeycombs which have not been damaged. Because the centrifuge, the rotating machine. There are many videos on that. I don't have that. And in our place here, we do not develop beekeeping, in such a commercial way as to be able to do things at that level. But there are societies where beekeeping is serious. And another thing is this box here, the top box here, doesn't have to be one. You can, from here onwards, you can even go to 3 boxes, depending on how you perceive the quality of your beekeeping. You can stack 1, 2, 3, 4 of the super compartments. So this is my pilot. This is my pilot box, which I have tried to make by copying other people's ideas and improving on them, because I don't see people having those clips there. They have put those clips for locking this into place, like you lock it in place over there. Over where? Here. Here like that. Before placing the roof cap like that. And this one is for securing the roof like this, so that it is not easy to remove or open accidentally. Sometimes I can even carry this like this. The paint is not dry. It's gotten my hands. You see, man? Oh. And of course, we said after harvesting the honey, one of the things our people would do is to use these gourds here to make a refreshment. And this, which I'm going to, you see, I've cut this. I'm going to be showing how things proceed now from here onwards. And over here I have more hives. This is also another hive there. This is number, I don't know number what. Another one there, a plastic one here, and another one here. You see the inside. There's some sticks. And then they have some pieces of wood here, which will go towards doing some similar work. So those ones there. So once we are through with this, we'll have to pick these ones. I think the guy will be coming here tomorrow to finish up with that little one there. Then we shall carry all this back to the compound from here in the garden. And I'm going down here to see what is happening over here. Sometimes you have a lot of monkeys here looking for something to eat, especially this hour of the evening. But right now. So among the trees where we will put some hive, that one there, I see another one over there. You see, this evening you can see the sunset. another tree here, over here, and there's another dark one down there. That will also be a good tree for spotting a beehive. So guys, that beekeeping intended adventure, intended hobby, I hope it will work very well, and shall be showing these videos. You see my hives there, and so now it is evening. You can see the sunset over there. The sun is shining behind there. So we stop the video here, and I'll be sharing with you guys as we continue with this project of beekeeping.